Welcome to the Ghana Visa Training here for the Maximum Impact Africa Travel Academy. Ghana has the most complex visa application process, but it's not as difficult as you might think. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to walk you through this from the beginning to the end. And then that way you will know what to do. Now, first thing you're going to do is go to GhanaEmbassyDC.org, GhanaEmbassyDC.org. When you get to the homepage, this is what it's going to look like. And so you can kind of scroll up and down the page here a little bit. You're going to click on visa application. And when you click on visa application, it's going to give you the COVID-19 travel alert, let you know that all persons 18 years and above coming into Ghana will be required to provide evidence of full vaccination for COVID-19. That's right. So everybody's going to need to be fully vaccinated. Obviously, if you're not someone who wants to be vaccinated, which a lot of people don't, then Ghana is not the place that you want to go to. But that's why we offer Tanzania and Egypt and other places that will be coming online as well if you want to go someplace that does not have this requirement. For those who do want to visit Ghana and don't have a problem with this mandate, then stick around and we'll walk you through the process. This kind of tells you everything, and it also tells you other arrival requirements that have not changed at all. The 72-hour negative PCR test requirement still in place, the completion of the health declaration form, and you will need to take that antigen test, which costs $150 upon arrival in Ghana. And that is something that we walk you through. If you sign up to go with us to Ghana, we'll train you in the process. Don't worry about it. This right now is just kind of like a recap, but you just know that this is a part of the process. Fully vaccinated, you're going to need that 72-hour PCR test, complete the health declaration form, and also I believe the Global Haven form as well. That's where you upload your negative PCR test. And then when you get to Ghana, you're going to need to take another antigen test for COVID-19. So just to let you know that. All right, here we go with the visa application process. Here are the details right here. We'll start at the top. Online application only, no in-person drop-off or pickup. So you're going to have to mail in your application after you submit it online. Let me say it again. You're going to have to mail it in with all the required documents, even after you submit it online. All right, so then next, all applicants must pay for the return postage service online. You cannot send in a prepaid self-addressed envelope and all of that. That could just get real tricky, especially if enough postage is not on there. So they go ahead and collect the fee up front, and I'm sure they get a little bit off of that too. And then you don't have to worry about it. Be sure to send that receipt when you send in your packet, and I'll cover that again. Payment for return postage is made online using debit or credit cards, so that just kind of walks you through it again. And applicant details must be used even if payment is being made by a sponsor. So the person who's applying, their details must be used even if someone else is doing it, even if someone else is sponsoring it. Again, self-addressed prepaid return envelopes are not accepted. Applicants are strongly advised to secure a visa before purchasing a ticket, airline ticket, I'm assuming, just in case you get denied. However, this process is pretty easy. If you give them what they need, then you will be okay. The use of prepaid FedEx return envelope is no longer accepted by the embassy. I'm sure there was some drama with that. So again, don't send in an envelope that's prepaid because it will get denied. All incomplete missing documents will be sent back to the applicant at their own expense. Print online payment receipt and add to your application before mailing. All right, so again, you want to make sure you print everything, add to the application, follow their process. Please do not try to circumvent it. So now here are a couple service types that they have offered. Expedited service, 7 business days. Regular service, 15 to 20 business days. Just depends on where you are in the process. Another thing that I'm going to recommend is multiple entry visa, regular service. And if you need to expedite it, then do that. Please do not get single entry visa under any circumstances. Because if you want to go back, so they're giving some of these multiple entry visas for 5 years. So 2 years, 5 years, but single entry visa, 90 days. If you get it too far out, it might expire before you even go on your trip. So multiple entry visa, please. So this just kind of goes through the process here. You can scroll down and take a look. So the next thing you're going to do is come up here and click on visas and passports, and then visa application is where you want to go. So you click here, and then obviously it has application process. It goes through here, click visa application or passport application to start the online application process. After reading the steps below, please read carefully the application requirements and the terms and conditions. And when done completing the online application, remember to lodge your application. This must include the physical passport. That's right, you're gonna have to send your passport in. You're gonna have to send the passport in. It's fine. They do this every day, all day. So passport goes in, proof of payment, all relevant supporting documents, and at your selected processing office. Then note that you may stop in the middle of the online application process and return later to complete the application by using the retrieve application option. And please note that the application processing will only start on receipt of the hard copy of your application form, meaning you printed it out, you put the application form in all the forms with the required supporting documents at the mission, either by post or at the counter. They're not doing the counter anymore, so it's only by post, by mail. So that is something to do. They will not start this process until they receive everything they need. So please double check, triple check, make sure that there are no mistakes. Then click on that visa application process. The language is English. That's what you're going to start with right here. Visa application pre-qualification instructions. The country of residence, the United States, and whichever country you're coming from. Again, this is kind of repeating what was already said, to go through this process before purchasing an airline ticket. And the inoculations part here with the yellow fever. Yellow fever is the, outside of the COVID-19, is the only other required vaccine for Ghana. But it also talks about the, I guess, like an exemption of sorts. When right here it says, an applicant who, for medical reasons, cannot obtain the vaccination certificate must submit a medical certificate from a doctor. So that's kind of, so if the doctor is saying something different, then that's what you want to make sure that you do. It also says here the certificate will be inspected during the processing of the visa application. If you notice when we get to that part, it does not make it a requirement. If you have it, go ahead and add it. If you don't, just know you need to go ahead and get the yellow fever vaccination or that letter from your doctor. Those will come in handy when that time comes. So, and you'll see what I'm talking about momentarily. All right, so now, after that, you click this little tab here, the blue one that I didn't click, and it kicked me back to it. And then you click this, and then you go here to individual visa application, and now you begin the process. So why are you traveling? You are a tourist. And you really just want to put in the path of least resistance. You know, you don't want to go in, I mean, unless you are, obviously you want to tell the truth. But if you are a tourist, then go and be a tourist and let it, don't try to get all fancy with it. You have an ordinary passport, your country of residence, United States. Your visa type is going to be multiple entry visa. The nationality is going to be American. Your nationality at birth, American, if you're American. I mean, if you're something else, then whatever it is you put there. I'm just using, again, speaking to primarily American audience. Processing offices in Washington, D.C. The service type is going to be standard service. If you want to do expedited, cool. You just know it's going to cost $100 more. The mode of submission is going to be postal services. So you kind of put that in there. So it's tabulating this. It's keeping us all in mind. So today we're going to be John Lee. So John Lee Doe, mode of communication, email and text. Code is going to be 1. And let's see what we can do here. 555-555-1212. So I'm just putting numbers in right now. 555-1212. All right, so those numbers, let's see. Is that right? All right, cool. All right, so email, let's see, John Lee Doe at Gmail, and then you have title, Mr. John Lee Doe, and he's male, his marital status single, professional, he's an accountant, date of birth, 18, you start with your day, then your month, and then we'll put him down, let's see, he's a 90s baby, put him 91, go ahead. USA, and then Select travel details. Use a temporary tourist visitor. I mean, again, duration of stay, 2 weeks. Let's just say put 2 weeks, give yourself a little extra time. Date of departure is going to be the second day of February 2022 by air. All of this, you see, it's not required. You only enter what's required. Date of last visit Ghana. Maybe you've never been before. And so now you're going to do a financial mode. You can do cash and card and just put $1,000. And then that way, boom. So after you do that, you enter all of the information in your passport number, your place of issue, date of issue, expiration date, all of that. So once you enter that and it comes to this page, you enter, have you ever visited Ghana before? If you have, put yes. You answered the questions honestly, here, all of that. Then you come back. Now you come into your address line, 2300 Jackson Street. Feels like home. I couldn't help it. And then that's Indiana, 88. And telephone number, phone numbers, put your mailing address in here, same, right there. So now, all right, this is where it comes in, and you want to make sure that you have your, you're not working for business school, so it's not applicable to you. Now is when you say your because when you give them the reference, your hotel confirmation, when you give them the reference, your hotel confirmation is able to confirm that for you. So let's say you're staying at the Holiday Inn. All right, so let's put Holiday Inn and let's say Liberation Road. We can do that, Liberation Road, and then Accra, Ghana, and then telephone number 3-888-44-222, whatever that number is. And then you put the name of the reference, and we'll give you all of this. If you're a part of the Maximum Impact Experience, you're good to go. And it's Accra again, obviously. And let's see. All right. You don't have an employer in Ghana, so you're okay. So all of this looks okay for right now. So once you enter all of this information and you just kind of go back through it again, contact information, and then click next, it'll let you know if there's a problem. There's no problem. There's no application completed by another person. No one else is completing the application. You're doing it. Now is where you double check everything, the requirement checklist and everything. So do you have the completed application form? You check that off. One recent passport size photograph taken within 6 months of the application. So you should have that. Check that off. The appropriate fees, you're going to pay that momentarily. Now, if you have a valid yellow fever vaccination certificate, go ahead and send it in. But it's not, you see, this is not red, so it's not mandatory on here. You do need the valid passport. You're going to need to put the physical passport. The physical passport needs to be mailed in as well, because they're going to give you your, when they give you the visa, it's going to take up a whole page, and it's like a sticker on the inside of your passport. So make sure you have that valid passport sent in, or else they'll send it back to you and you have to do it all over again. The invitation letter, that is your hotel booking, so you want to make a copy of that. That is the same thing on the next check. The hotel booking will suffice, and all three of these hotel booking will suffice. And then copies of the biodata page in your passport, that's going to be the page on the front. That's the one where you have your picture and your information, and then the signature page. I do all of that. Just basically fold it open and put it in and send it. So then once you have verified this, you click next again. All right, so now you see this is where your fees are. You understand, you check off, you understand everything. Your payment method is going to be online payment method. But before you can pay, it's going to ask you, well, it'll tell you, okay, you can do Visa credit. But before it even lets you do that, it's going to ask you to upload the documents. So this is where you come in and make sure that your passport size photo was 2x2 or 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters, 2 inches by 2 inches. And you upload it. And it'll reject it if it's too large. So you want it to be less than 1 meg. The hotel booking confirmation, you send that. You send that again for this one, and you send it again for this one. So for all three, you can do that, because it's saying that the hotel booking can be used. So you want confirmed hotel booking can be used. If a lot of people will go and book a hotel and send in that confirmation and do it like that. And then copies of the biodata page. That's going to be important. And it gives you the instructions here of what everything should look like. Please follow it to the letter. That way you don't run into any problems. Double check, triple check, overthinkers. This is where you get to do your thing. Overthink and make sure that everything is on point. Just follow the instructions and everything will be all right if you do it like that. So we close this down. And then once you make your payment, after you upload everything, it's not going to let me do anything after this. That's when you submit. I'm going to try to submit, but it's not going to let me do it because I have not uploaded anything. And so it's going to keep kicking me out. But that way you are on point. And that is the visa process for Ghana. Again, just take your time, go through it. We walk through this in about 20 minutes or so, less than that. So that tells you how long, the biggest thing will be you going to get copies and all of that. But when you send that envelope in, make sure that you double check, triple check, make sure you send that passport photo, make sure you send that passport photo, make sure you send the passport, make sure you send the proof that you paid for the return of the passport. So send that in, send the receipt that you paid the dues for, or the fees for the visa. Make sure you just send a nice little packet with everything that you see on that checklist, and make sure that you send those payment confirmations in. That way, there'll be no reason for them to send anything back to you. So if you do that, this process can be smooth. Remember to also keep a record of your reference number. It's going to also give you a label to print out. Once you get to that phase, you print it out and you tape it to the front of the large envelope. Go ahead and get a large envelope, letter size envelope, a large one, like one of the gold ones, and send it in and let the process unfold. Again, multiple entry visa will give you the most amount of time. So I do recommend doing that.